under this bar underneath the title, you'll see subjects, and under subjects we have various things. I'll click on employment, and then you'll see under quarterly, you'll see quarterly census of employment and wages. If you look at these categories here, the high-level industries one area is the first way to go after that. You can get a feel for industries at a high level of industry aggregation using Table 6, and you can get more and more detail as you go down the tables in that section. So Table 11 makes 6-digit industries by areas the most finely detailed data that is published by the federal government at the county level. Okay, so I clicked on Table 6, high-level industries one area. You see that it defaults to the most current year, most current quarter, and we defaults to private industry because that's what people typically want. If you want other categories, we do have them. If you want to track federal government in a local area, state, local, combined government, total all ownerships, those are all available. So let's take, for example, say maybe we're interested in Iowa, right? This string search is going to give you whatever you get with that kind of request. So here we go, Iowa statewide. Now, you can get statewide data from other sources. State and area current employment statistics will give you data that's more current, but what they will not give you is all these counties within Iowa. All right, so what you see here is for this county, Benton County, Iowa, fourth quarter. In the private sector, you have a count of the number of businesses, establishments, October, November, December employment, total wages. So you can see for the total wages, here's the total for that county, and you can see which ones are making up the biggest chunk of that 38. Location quotient is a very useful number where you get to see which industry, and you see all these buttons here. This allows you to sort any of these columns based on the values in that column. So I'm going to sort on location quotient. Location quotient is a measure of how much does a industry represent the local economy, or the share of that industry in the local economy compared to the share of that industry in the national economy. So in this particular case, natural resources mining has a location quotient of 3. That means that Benton County, Iowa is 3 times as concentrated or dependent on natural resources and mining than the nation as a whole. So this is a case where you can go and get data over a span of time for any area in the country. Okay, construction 2012 to 2014, Travis County, Texas. So up in this top section of the table, you see that we have data for the beginning of the span that I requested as a user, and then data for the end of the span, so beginning and end points. And then the change between those end points in terms of the number of, in this particular class, the number of new establishments. Then we just calculate the percent change, present that to you. So between the first quarter of 2012 and the fourth quarter of 2014, they added 6,700 jobs in the first month, and it's relatively the same thing, month 1, month 2, month 3 of the quarter. So this is comparing first quarter, month 1, which is, it will be January, February, and March for the first quarter of 2012, compared to the second month of fourth quarter of 2014. So this will be October, November, December. October, November, December. Now, you may say that's sort of nutty, so why don't I compare first quarter to first quarter? Okay. Done. All right. So now you're comparing January to January, February to February, March to March, which is something you should do to avoid seasonal increases in things like construction and retail. The Washington Wire group used the QCW data where they're able to grab it for every county in the country and do a comparison over time. So since our data is, all the data has a name in it, and then when you look at the underlying file, each row in our CSV file is going to have identification information that fits into the coding that allow you to easily say, okay, here's, where's Travis County? Now, what you see there is they did 2004 and 2013, and I was telling you, well, I don't go back before 2012. If you go back to that open data screen, you'll see that there is ways you can get at our data, but you have to do a download for data before 2012.